Hello, my name is Paul, the development manager of Digisite Systems. Today I just want to give you a quick demo of our WITSML suites, one of the most important tools that we used on the rig site to collect the data, convert them into WITSML format, store them in local WITSML server, and do the rest of synchronization. Before I jump into the demo, I want to give you a quick rundown in terms of our WITSML suites. As you can see on the slide, here on the left hand side is basically a well site deployment. So we will have a Digisite aggregator and a sync server and the embedded rig WITSML server deployed in one machine. And from there, you can collect data from drilling systems, mod logging units, LWD, MWD devices, and then convert them into WITSML format, store them into the server. If you have any viewer that is compatible with WITSML server, whether it's a mobile, desktop, or web app, you'll be able to leverage that to connect it to the rig WITSML server and grab data, display, and monitor that. Other than that, using the sync server provided by Digisite, you can sync the data from the rig server into an enterprise WITSML server located remotely. And the difference between the rig server and the enterprise WITSML server is that on the rig site, you can only have one active well in the same time. While on the enterprise WITSML server, you don't have that limitation. That's the only difference here. So after that, let's just go to the demo. And I wanted to show you just the aggregator synchronization part of it. Okay, here is our standard WITSML aggregator deployment. Within this tool, it's actually a comprehensive tool with that you'll be able to connect any WITS0 sources. In this WITSML tool, we'll be able to allow you to connect it to 3 different WITS sources, whether it's modlog, directional drilling, or some other drilling equipments, or even wildline loggings, doesn't matter. As long as it's WITS0, we can convert them. And other than that, we have loss, which takes the loss data, spreadsheet, and a CSV file, lithology, and the comments. This is basically a manual tool that you can type in the wellhead information, lithology information, or comments, and we can do the convert and upload them into the WITSML store. Of course, if you already have some WITSML file, and we can do the import as well. There's an embedded viewer where you can connect it to any WITSML server that you wanted to connect to and browse them through, drill down, and see the logs, whether it's time-based, depth-based, and or its trajectory, mod log. You can do the query, and these are canned temporaries that we embedded in this query tool. But you can also do the temporary template queries if you wanted to create, for example, log query. Just do that. We will create a template for you. Just plug in the parameter and then do the query button. Within this tool, you can also do the quick editings to the wellhead, which includes well and wellbore information there. And last but not least, there is a sync application that we use to set up the source. Better this one. So basically, you can select the source or target and then do a little bit configuration here. Once you save it, you will be able to see the jobs within the tab. I actually have 2 synchronization job running here, and when you see the data coming in, you will see the job status being turned green. Otherwise, it's gonna like right now. It's just basically syncing the data from the local WITSML server to the enterprise WITSML server. If there's network disconnection, and the system will suspend for a bit, and whenever the network is restored, it will start from that point that's previously stopped there. So this tool will basically taking care of the automated synchronization between the local WITSML server and remote WITSML server. Keep you peace of mind. You will ensure that the data will be eventually synchronized into the WITSML server located remotely. I just want to give you a quick show on in terms of the WITS 0 connections. Here I got a WITS 0 TCP server simulator. As you can see, it pumps out lots of WITS 0 data, 01, 02, 11. I don't have any trajectory or survey data in 07, 08, but we definitely be able to accept that data. So basically on this WITS connections, you will be able to connect to any serial port TCP either as a server or client, and this is a WITS end. On the other end, you can connect to a local WITSML server as specified by this URL. You can have your credentials stored here, and the system will be able to take the data from the WITS 0, convert, and then pass them into two different WITSML servers, and the local WITSML server can be configured using the app.config file. So once you set up the connections, you can jump into the mappings. Within the mappings, you can just specify the wellhead information, the UID or name, or object UID and name here. And within one stream of WITS 0 data, you'll be able to split them up, store them into multiple WITSML objects if you want. And of course, you have lots of settings in the WITSML. For example, the time offset. This is being used. This tool being used by many clients. They're located all over the world, so we have to give them a time zone so that the data collected on the rig site will be appropriately addressed and saved into the WITSML store, which is used globally. There's a unit conversion, not conversion, I mean you can specify it's a metric or imperial, and the system will automatically give you a correct parameters or units based on the selection of the unit type. Null value, you can specify that. And there's lots of settings here. I don't want to jump into there, but basically this one will give you a mnemonic settings. So basically convert the WITS channels into WITSML mnemonics. And if you have 0708 records, you can also set them as a trajectory if you want. Okay, now I'll switch it back. After the settings, you can click the save button and then go to status and then start service. As you can see, we have two greens. WITS 0, that means the incoming data is properly received, and the target WITSML server 1, which is the one I just specified, and then of course it's getting data uploaded there. And when using the viewer, you can also do the connection here, and this will refresh the button, refresh the server, and you can go there and do the quick queries. Here you go. And again, on the sync buttons, you can see the data gets replicated from this local WITSML server into the remote one. That's a very quick rundown in terms of this product. We basically use this product for many clients. They're using that on a daily basis, and this is a pretty good tool to use.